What is going on, guys? Welcome to New York Giants 2016 free agents. We're going to go from top to bottom. I'm going by what I saw on BigBlueHQ.com, I believe, discussing free agents and stuff and what they think they should do with their free agents. It's kind of interesting. They have some stuff that kind of shocked me a little bit, but let's get right into it. And by the way, quick update, I'm going to be doing a 2016 NFL Draft scouting report, quarterback edition, coming soon. I got to finish scouting all the quarterbacks, of course, and then go on from there. So I'm going to be going offense, defense until I'm done. So, yeah. Alright, let's start off with Jason Pierre-Paul, the biggest name right now in the Giants free agency. Do we keep him? No. I think we should let him go. In the beginning, I didn't think it was going to affect him that much with the whole hand thing, but he got one sack on Cam Newton, and that was it. He showed pressure, but nothing that we can't figure out in the college draft. So, Prince Amukamara, we had to resign him. He is a good man, defense corner. I discussed what I thought about him on curl routes and go routes, but stop and goes route. But he does get beat a lot, and he does have injury problems. But he's our second best corner. I don't really think there's one in the draft that we can get. I don't really think corner is a huge need right now. So, especially, that's not as big as a need as linebacker, pass rusher, wide receiver, stuff like that. So, Robert Ayers had a great year for us. Re-signed him. Really like what he's doing on the other side. On the, I believe he's left end. So, really like what he's doing there. Really surprised us, honestly. And played all 16 games, I believe. I think he missed one game. I really don't know which game he missed, but I know he only started 15 because he missed one, but it was not a big deal. Cullen Jenkins, defensive end / defensive tackle. He was a great player, great at stopping a run, great at pass rushing, but we just need youth on this team. If he was younger, then we resign him because I really think he has some left in the tank, but we need to develop players, young players, and he's 34 years old, so I say let him walk. Tremaine McBride, enough said. He already lost the nickel corner job to Trevin Wade, someone who was only supposed to be on, the preseason roster, wound up being the starting nickel corner. So, Tremaine McBride, especially he's 30 years old now, so let him walk. Josh Brown, a lot of people are saying because he's 36 years old to let him walk. The kickers last, forever. So, Josh Brown, I say resign him. He's going to the Pro Bowl. You know why. He made some clutch kicks for us, but also missed two of them that could have won us games. But, nevertheless, we should re-sign him. Zach Diassi, one of the best long snappers in the business. Re-sign him. I know he's up there in age, but again, that really doesn't matter. And he also plays well on special teams. Gets a tackle here and there. A few games he gets a few tackles. George Selvey. He's still young. He's 28 years old. I'm talking about defensive end George Selvey. I say let him walk. He really hasn't done anything for us. He really hasn't done anything in his career. So, let him walk. Ruben Randall. Now, this is the big talk of the free agency. Not the biggest name, but the biggest talk. A lot of mixed emotions put into this, but I say we re-sign him. This Big Blue HQ website has been saying he's not even a number 3 wide receiver. That is honestly not true. He is a legitimate number 2 to number 3 wide receiver. He's not a full number 2, but he could step in as that number 2 wide receiver. He's been the number 2 for the past 2 years, and sure, he has been inconsistent, but you guys have been complaining because he has more talent than what he puts on the field. So it's not like that's the way he plays. We all know as Giants fans what Ruben Randle could do. Is just a matter of him putting it out there. You guys have to give him props. He doesn't even run the best routes, but he still gets open, still goes down the field. I mean, he put up 797 yards last year, and with a huge target like Odell Beckham, it's not like Eli was looking at Ruben Randle's way that much anyway. And I know sometimes when Ruben Randle was targeted, he didn't catch the ball, he made a lot of drops, made a lot of lazy mistakes. But thankfully that's all stuff that can be coached up. It's not like his inability to run is what his problem is, or his inability to, speed and inability. It's not that. It's just his lack of motivation kind of gets there, and I think that can get coached up. His drops, that can get coached up. I mean, those are simple fixes that you can fix. So I say re-sign Ruben Randle. And he almost was a 1,000-yard receiver 2 years ago as a number 2 receiver. So I don't know what you guys are saying. He's not a number 2 or a number 3. It doesn't make any sense to me. And you should learn more about football. J-Ron Hosley, cornerback. He's extremely young. He's 25 years old, but he just has the worst awareness. I mean, he'll give up a touchdown and not even know where the ball. He won't even know a touchdown is scored because he just has no awareness. He doesn't even know where the ball is half the time. So, I mean, let him go. You have to let him go. Marcus Kuhn, defensive tackle. I was wondering why on earth was he even on the roster. I honestly think they felt bad for this guy, but for a while he was our starting defensive tackle, and that shows you how much our line sucks. So, Marcus Kuhn, get out of here. Brandon Mosley, one of our guards, let him walk. Our depth in offensive line, thank God we have good starters, because our depth in offensive line is terrible. So, Brandon Mosley, guard, gone. He has done nothing for us. Dallas Reynolds, our other guard, gone. Did nothing for us. Started one game in the past, how many years? He's 31 years old on top of that, so, age, again. It's not so bad to have a 30-year-old on the team, but just that we have so much of them, the Giants. So we need youth. I don't mind having a 30-year-old, 32-year-old guy on the team as long as there's some youth there, but all of our D-line is old, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not talking about just D-line, O-line, D-line, other positions that are just not good. Our safeties, Freddie Merriweather, come on. Speaking of Brendan Merriweather, I think I forgot to put him on my list. Anyway, let's move on to Daniel Fells. He's gone. He was there, but he's gone. Let's move on to Craig Dahl. Strong safety. He's listed as a strong safety, but all he played for us was nickel linebacker, covering the wide receiver, and he did a terrible job at that. Spagnuolo loves this guy for some reason, but I have no clue why. So I say let him walk. Let him walk. I'm just writing something down. Moving on. Jasper Brinkley. We signed this guy. I think 2 games. I think we signed him right before the New England game, the New England Patriots game. I'm not sure, but he stepped in and just did a phenomenal job for us. This guy had 4 forced fumbles. Had freaking is probably top 5 in tackles, and he just joined the team. I mean, this guy can stop the run. He can do everything. I think he has an interception as well. So, um, I mean, he did more than enough for us. I say re-sign him. I know we need a linebacker, a better linebacker. I'm not saying he should be probably our starter. If we could find someone in free agency, go to the draft that could start, for us, then so be it. But if we choose not to address the middle linebacker position, I don't know why we shouldn't, but we should. We should, but if we don't, he's our starter. He's a great player. But we need someone to replace him because he could get injured. We have no depth there. And he is getting old, so we need someone for the future. Hakeem Nicks. I say re-sign him, but just for the preseason. I want to see what he's able to do during the preseason. He hasn't had much time to learn our offense. That's why he's only getting targeted about once or twice a game. So, we all know what Hakeem Nicks did for us during his time with us before. The question is, can he get back to that? Because his stunt with the Colts, his little time with the Titans wasn't that impressive. So, we should re-sign Hakeem Nicks, but let him know this preseason you gotta put it on the field, and let us know why we shouldn't cut you by the end of the preseason. So, I mean, this guy's a former first-round pick. He's 27 years old. I mean, we should be able to get the old Hakeem Nicks back. So, Danny Aiken, long snapper. We don't need him anymore. We only had him because Zach Diossi was put on IR. And it wasn't even a serious injury. We just did it so we could put more people on the team. And Barry Cofield, defensive tackle, 31 years old. He played for us before. He was pretty good. But we only signed this guy because we needed depth. And so there's not really much need for him anymore. The Big Blue HQ is talking about re-sign him. I don't really see what he did for us while he was with us for those games, so I say let him walk. We could address this in the draft and free agency. I think we have enough veteran talent like Jonathan Hankins. I know Jonathan Hankins is extremely young, and I think he's 23 years old or something like that. But he's been in the league for 3 years. He's suffered injury. He knows success. He had 6 sacks 2 years ago. He's great at stopping the run. He's a top 10 defensive tackle according to Pro Football Focus. So, I mean, that's all the veteran knowledge you need. You don't really necessarily need someone of age to mentor you. So I think we have Jonathan Hankins there. So yeah, we don't need to waste a roster spot for mentorship. So whatever. Larry Donnell. We should resign him, but he should not be our starter. I like Will Tye there, but we don't have any red zone tight end threats, and I think Larry Donnell is more than above average in the red zone. He's a great red zone player, matter of fact. So there's nothing like a big tight end. I mean, you can't coach height. I mean, this guy is huge. He's got great hands when it matters. I know he has some drops here and there, but his specialty is the red zone. So he'll basically fill in the role that Daniel Fells had when he played for us. So basically they'll just switch, and Will Tye will play the regular tight end. The tight end that can also go deep. I mean, Will Tye has some legs, alright? So I really don't mind going into the season with Will Tye as our starting tight end, but we need a blocking tight end. We need someone who's just there to block. Run block, pass block, doesn't matter. We need to address that late in the draft. I think we could afford it late in the draft. Spend a six or 7 round pick a blocking tight end. I'm not, I mean, who else are we really going to spend it on? I mean, all these 6 and 7 round picks that we draft anyway on major positions just wound up trash. So, yeah. Moving on, Adam Geddes, let him walk. He was bouncing off and on the practice squad to the 53-man roster, so let him walk. Brandon Merriweather did a great job for us, but he got beat a lot in coverage, whether he was even in the box or he was dropping down in coverage. He still got beat a lot. He made big plays for us, forced some fumbles, got some picks, but he hasn't shown me anything that another safety can do, or a younger safety can do. The guy's 32 years old, so I say let him walk. We don't really need him. He doesn't offer us anything that any other safety can't give us. So that is all the free agents. We'll see what happens. See what Jerry Reese does. I don't know what this guy's gonna do, but we need youth. We need talent. Forget about the playmakers. We need talent based on needs, based on our needs. You hit a home run with Odell Beckham, okay, but that was kind of the only thing he hit in the past six years. So only All right, guys. So that was it. New video coming out soon based on the draft. Our Pro Bowlers for the Giants will be Eli Manning, Odell Beckham, cornerback Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. I love the fact that he made the Pro Bowl. I knew he should have made it. I was talking about that earlier in the season, that he should have made it. And our kicker, Josh Brown, which surprised me because there's a whole bunch of other kickers out there like Justin Tucker and all that stuff that should have made the Pro Bowl but didn't. He will be filling in for Stephen Gostkowski, who's probably crying in a corner right now for not winning the Patriots the game. And Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie will be filling in for Malcolm Butler, who is such an overrated cornerback. He shouldn't even have been on the Pro Bowl. He's only getting voted on the Pro Bowl roster because of that Super Bowl play. But you watch Malcolm Butler in the regular season, he's not all that. He's not all that. He's a good cornerback. I'm not saying he shouldn't be a starter. I mean, he's pretty good, but he's not one of the best in the league. And the Pro Bowl is for the best in the league. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.